Video 4.4 Simple Storage Service or S3. In this video, we will cover the following topics. What is S3? How S3 builds in data redundancy and scaling. The different ways of accessing the data stored in S3 buckets. Demo. Load data into S3 bucket and retrieve data from S3. Hello. In this video, we will introduce the Amazon Simple Storage Service commonly known as S3. Amazon S3 is probably the most used storage service that is provided by AWS. It can be used for many different use cases and called upon by many different AWS services. Amazon S3 is a fully managed object-based storage that is highly available, highly durable, very cost-effective, and widely accessible. There are limitations to the individual size of a single file that it can support. The smallest file size that it supports is 0 bytes, and the largest file size is 5 terabytes. When data is uploaded within S3, you should specify the regional location for that data to be placed in. On specifying a region for your data, Amazon S3 will then store and duplicate your uploaded data multiple times across multiple availability zones within that region to increase both its durability and availability. Objects stored in S3 have a durability of 11 nines, that is 99.9999999%, and so the likelihood of losing data is extremely rare, and this is down to the fact that S3 stores numerous copies of the same data in different availability zones. The availability of S3 data objects is currently 4 nines, that is 99.99%. When looking at availability, AWS ensures that the uptime of Amazon S3 is 99.99% to enable you to access your stored data. The durability percentage refers to the probability of maintaining your data without it being lost through corruption, degradation of data, or other unknown potential damaging effects. When uploading objects to S3, specific objects are used to manage your data. To store objects in S3, you first need to define and create a bucket. You can think of a bucket as a parent folder for your data. This bucket name must be completely unique, not just within the region you specify, but globally across all other S3 buckets that exist, which there are many millions. Once you have created your bucket name, you can begin to upload your data. You can upload your data directly into that bucket, or you can, if required, create folders under your bucket to store your data in for easier management. By default, there is a limit of 100 buckets that you are allowed to create within your AWS account, but this can be increased if requested through AWS. Now let's know the different ways of accessing the data stored in buckets. Using Amazon S3 console, virtual hosted style access. The bucket name is part of the domain name in the URL. Amazon S3 virtual hosted style URLs follow the format shown. Path style access. Path style URLs follow the format shown. Access over IPv6. Amazon S3 has a set of dual stack endpoints which support requests to S3 buckets over both Internet Protocol version 6 or IPv6 and IPv4. Access through an S3 access point. S3 access points only support virtual host style addressing. To address a bucket through an access point, use this format. Accessing a bucket using S3 : //. Some AWS services require specifying an Amazon S3 bucket using S3 : // bucket. The correct format is shown below. Be aware that when using this format, the bucket name does not include the region. To support this type of URL-based access, S3 bucket names must be globally unique and DNS compliant, and also object keys should be using characters that are safe for URLs. Common use cases for S3: storing application assets, static web hosting, backup and disaster recovery, staging area for big data. Now let us go hands-on with S3. Go to the Management Console and search for S3. Here you can learn more about S3 using documentation. Click on Create Bucket. Enter a DNS-compliant bucket name and create the bucket. Here you can see the created bucket. As you click on the bucket, you can see the contents of the bucket. Now we can check on properties, permissions, management, and access points. Now upload an image to the bucket. Click on Next to set permissions and go to Next. Now set properties such as storage class and go to Next. Click on Upload. You can see the image file uploaded in the dashboard. Now click on Create Folder and name it. Click on the uploaded image file. You can see various options such as Open, Download, Download as, etc. Now click on the object URL. You can see an error message as the bucket has no public access. Select the image and go to Actions. Click on Move to move image to created folder logo. Now as we go to the logo folder, we can see the image file inside it. Go back to the buckets and select the bucket. Click on Delete and type the bucket name to confirm. Now you can see the empty S3 dashboard. Summary. In this video, we have covered the following topics. What is S3? How S3 builds in data redundancy and scaling. The different ways of accessing the data stored in S3 buckets. Demo. Load data into S3 bucket, retrieve data from S3. In the next video, we will learn about Virtual Private Cloud or VPC.